What up, y'all? It's Forward Fabian, man. I'm back again with a video. I'm actually doing a reaction to JRE, Joe Rogan Experience, interviewing Oliver Anthony on the unexpected success and backlash from Richmond, north of Richmond, man. If y'all know anything about Oliver Anthony, man, dude from Virginia, been taking the internet by storm, dropped the track Richmond, north of Richmond, went viral, was talking about very authentic, relatable topics and subjects, and just tuned in, tapped in with the people. The people could relate. And he caught fire, you know what I mean? So a lot of people was rocking with him. Still to this day, people are rocking with him. But pretty much a viral sensation. And pretty much organically built everything from the ground up, you know. Very authentic, true to his roots. Speaks for the struggling individual, you know, in various forms and walks of life. Also is, you know, a man of faith, is not afraid to talk about that, show that. Additionally, he speaks about a lot of his trials and tribulations and what he had to overcome. But, you know, a lot of people have pulled him into a political conversation, which I think he don't really care or want to have anything to really do with it, because I think his message is more so, not even I think he said this, his message is more so about unity and bringing people together. And people had an issue that he was trying to unite, which makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I'm guessing Joe Rogan invited him onto the show, interviewed him, asked him about his success and all this and that, and kind of like what he's been facing during this kind of like crazy rise to the top. So let's go ahead and hop into the video, man. Like, comment, subscribe, hit notification bell, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Forward Fabian. It's the road to 1 million. I got like 3 Oliver Anthony reactions, so I'm gonna add this to an Oliver Anthony playlist. I'll link to that in the description as well as the comment section down below. Go check out my other reactions to all the songs that he's done and the songs I've done reactions to. Subscribe to the channel, y'all.
And you're gonna have to deal with that soon, because I guarantee you there's gonna be some people that are making some CGI.
Oh, there are.
AI.
There already
are.
are.
Out there?
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
What is that? I'm sure there are.
Yeah, I haven't kept up with a lot just because, you know, I'm doing anything social media related right now, or any internet presence I have right now is coming from me off the phone, just like before everything blew up. So I haven't invested the time to like look at everything circulating, but people like friends and family have sent me stuff, and some of it's pretty funny, but you know, they've got all these different AI remixes of the song with different voices and overlaid different faces and all, and it's funny to see where it's gonna go, you know.
That is funny. Yeah, you're gonna have to deal with that. My daughter sent me some advertisement. She goes, "Did you do this advertisement?" I'm like, "Nope."
Yeah,
nope, that's not really my voice.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
it is my
the
voice,
day after the day after things blew up, one of the towing companies had an ad on Facebook that had it wasn't really me, but it was a red beard and like the side profile of sunglasses looking out the window. I'm like, okay,
how dare you?
I guess I've made it anyway. That's when I realized like people are already ripping things off. And what's crazy is like every shirt that I've worn anywhere in public, there's there's a organization that I'm not like officially related to or in any way have done anything with, but it's a friend of a friend in the neighborhood. It's called Nets with Vets, and they take out veterans with PTSD and let them go deep sea fishing. And so he asked me last minute just to wear his shirt at one of the concerts. And do you know now there's like 1,500 listings online for counterfeit Nets with Vets shirts? And so the organization reached out like, hey, are you like making shirts, ripping us off?
Bruh, imagine. They're not even trying to advance that business or that entity. They're just trying to rip off things just because he's rocking them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's wild to me how people, and not to say this is the first time it's been done. A lot of celebrities and famous people have to deal with this type of stuff. But when you kind of come from his cloth and you kind of see this, like meteoric rise to fame, you know what I mean? I'm sure things are moving very quickly, and you know, like he said, you know, it's all fun and games. I don't think too much would probably surprise him at this point in time, because Buddy went super viral, but that's funny.
At least in my case, I think the one thing that's helped me too is that my singing isn't the best, but I've never had any like vocal lessons or anything. So the way I sing is just the way I sing. And so like I think even the same way with her and other people, it's like it's maybe rough around the edges. It could be a little pitchy, or it's, you know, you're not using the right part of your face when you project and whatever. And so like on paper, things aren't quite right.
Bro, that's the beauty of music right there. That's the beauty of it, to where it's not really like art and creativity. You can't really define it. So yeah, a lot of people perfect their vocals and they're the greatest singers, but they have no creativity or artistic expression. They can sound good, but that doesn't really take people far. You could be a vocalist, but you're not really unique to your own creation and innovation. You know what I mean? I think some of the greatest singers ever weren't really formally trained. They taught themselves, self-taught, and then they kind of uniquely carved out their own lane, made their own sound. And I think that's why, bruh, you can make it in music. Like, you just got to be consistent. You got to have a marketing plan, and you got to be unique. Those things will get you there. I ain't gonna lie. If you're consistent, your marketing's on point, you know how to get yourself out there, and you're uniquely you, you're gonna do your thing. Now, you may not go as viral as Oliver Anthony, but you're gonna carve a path. Because the thing of that, oversaturation is a huge thing in the music industry. There's a trend, people ride the wave. Nobody's like unique. They don't try to separate themselves. But as you know, like if you notice, some of the hottest, newest artists that come into music are different. You know what I mean? Like the people that really get recognition, or not even just recognition, but have a spotlight on them or like eyes on them. It's like they're doing things differently. That's why like the attention is drawn to them initially, because they're separating themselves. I wouldn't want to come into the game sounding like the next man who already did it that way. We all get inspired from others, but come on, bro. You got to kind of do your own thing.
Right, but I guess to another human, it's like it sounds right because it is what it is, you know.
It's authentic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's any right way to do anything. I mean, there's
Facts.
like you see it in everything. There's a person who violates the rules and they're the best at it.
and then the rules almost morph into whatever that is.
Facts.
Like,
everybody copy it.
It's
Yeah.
funny, like with music. Yeah, music has, country in particular, but music in general has gotten way too wrapped up in like this algorithm of how many beats per minute it needs to have and how many verses and how they need to be layered. And it's like they've almost created this sort of like industry standard, like OSHA rule book of how music needs to be performed. And so like you can only do that so many thousands of times before people are like, okay, what else is there, you know?
Well, people like that too. That's the thing. There's a lot of damn people. There's
Yeah.
a lot of people. The problem, I think, with a lot of people is they want you to like what they like. And if you don't like what they like, what you like sucks. It's funny like that, man. We're so tribal. We are tribal with our cell phones.
Sheep mentality, bro. People just follow what's popping, what's cool. They follow the crowd. You know what I mean? If it's cool, I'm cool now. You know what I'm saying? Like clown world. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. That's the funny thing, because as soon as something's hot and the majority likes it, the people who is trashing, oh, I've been a fan, bro. I rock with it too. It's like, bro, wasn't you just hating last week? It's the sheep.
You know, we're an Android or PC. You know,
Oh, we're all
Android
about
people
brands,
have to stick
yeah.
together. It's like we're so weird.
Mm-hmm.
We're so weird,
lame.
but we're like that with our musical taste. We're like that with our cultural sensitivities or our cultural sensibilities, rather. Like the way we feel about life and how life should be. We want everybody to kind of think along the ways that we think.
Mm-hmm.
It's very strange. And when a person like yourself gets labeled a right-wing, left-wing fanatic, like right out of the gate.
both in like a week and a half, then yeah, at least I know I'm doing something right. Like to me,
Yeah, they're looking for your Biden campaign contributions now. They're going through your fucking taxes. The whole thing is so bonkers, man. Like, can't they just accept that you made a great song and people enjoy it?
Yeah.
Why does it why do people have to attack it?
well, I think it's just for whatever reason I'm the subject matter the last couple weeks, and you know, in everyone's defense, I probably haven't. I've waited for this opportunity, I guess, to really have a real conversation with somebody about whatever it is I am. So people are just trying to find who's this Oliver Anthony guy and what is he and where does he work and who did he vote for and what's his family like and yada, because they want to sort of build this image of whatever it is.
People are afraid of what they don't know or understand, so they're automatically trying to dissect you, brother. They're trying to dissect you and try to we can box him. They want to put him in a box, so to speak. They want to put him in a box and say, classify him as something. And that's why, you know, I don't know. That's why I don't really like saying too much, because people are doing certain things or defining oneself. I'm this, bruh. Jack of all trades. Jack of all trades until you do what you want to do. Like, there is no definition. You know, that's why, you know, people call themselves artists. I'm not a country singer. I'm an artist. I'm not an R&B. I'm an artist. I'm not a hip hop. I'm an artist. Because you already automatically trying to put me and classify me. Because once you are classified, once they put you in a box, what follows? Limitations. They'll limit you. They'll say, "Oh, well, you're this, so you can't do this. You can't do that because we got you as this." You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole synopsis behind it. Really, it's like people want to put you in a box. People want to say you're this and that. People want to associate you or put you in a category so they can start extending the limitations. Like, and it's just another form of control. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't with that. Do what you want to do. Be who you want to be. You know, of course, according to what's ethically right and morally right. I'm not just saying go and just do craziness. But at the end of the day, in terms of creativity, expression, like art, business, development, who's going to tell me, oh, no, you can't. You got to stay in this lane, son, or else it's going to go wrong for you.
That the person behind the song represents, for better or for worse.
Right.
The people who agree with it want to, you know, I don't know. It's really funny to watch on my end because obviously I know what's true and what's not, and so like just even what I've skimmed through of people sending me like singing at the Super Bowl, like how many people have formed an opinion about whether or not I should be paid to sing at the Super Bowl. Like, I'm not singing at the Super Bowl. That's just somebody made up. But you know, there's been hundreds of hours of people's time wasted probably talking about all these little like things that don't even exist. It's just somebody made them up and put them on the internet, and so I'm just letting them ride. I think it's great.
It's wild.
I just think it's great, like that. At least the last couple of weeks, I've been able to entertain
Joe Rogan over here,
everyone.
like, that's wild, man. Like, he don't experience this, bro. You famous too. Like, you know, people be doing all types of stuff according to your brand. Like, come on, bro.
And get everyone's mind
wild,
off, like
man.
all the other horrible stuff that's going on in the world right now. Like, at least everybody can have a good laugh, you know. So,
well, I mean, it's a subject of discussion. So like everybody is getting involved, and then somehow or another it became cultural. And then there was Dwight from The Office.
oh yeah,
He chimed in that if he was going to write a cultural anthem, what did he say? Something like he wouldn't write about overweight people on welfare. He would write about billionaires and their taxes.
yeah.
There is nothing funnier than millionaires talking shit about billionaires. There is nothing funnier
people
about
problems, bro. I don't
millionaires
know nothing about
pretending
that.
these billionaires are out of touch.
Oh yeah.
And then, you know, take Dwight from The Office down to West Virginia. You know, take him through those coal mining countries. Take him through those places in Appalachia where people have extreme poverty. And pills have ravished those areas. Take him through there.
And it's everywhere. Yeah, the sad thing is it's everywhere now. It's not.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. People right off the get-go, I guess because it was Radio WV that posted the original video, but like I've never once advertised myself as being necessarily from the mountains. My grandfather grew up in western part of Virginia in the mountains, but I'm from Farmville, which is technically Piedmont. But even throughout rural Virginia, that poverty is a big issue and drugs are a big issue. And I mean, it's not just even in the rural areas. You go into downtown Richmond or any downtown anywhere for that matter. It's almost like these problems exist everywhere now and I mean obviously they are because that's why the song resonated the way it did. The problem for me was I knew that I needed to do this. Like I knew I needed to. I procrastinated with music a long time. I mean, I'm 31. I've been playing guitar and singing on and off since I was a kid. Like my grandma was in a band years ago, and so like I remember as a little kid, what got me interested in all of it was Dukes of Hazzard. When I was a kid, I was like 5, and I used to sit with my grandma and we'd sit and watch Dukes of Hazzard and watch Waylon Jennings pick that guitar. Of course, I had no idea who Waylon Jennings was, but that just like I just fell in love with that and. So grew up listening to like that 70s country, and she loved all the old stuff like the 50s and 60s and even in the 70s, even, you know, Janis and all that. And so like she really introduced me a lot into music when I was a little kid. And so like I just kind of held on to it, but never pursued it the way I should. And then I'd play at a bonfire party or I'd play at whatever, it's a friend's house, and everybody's like, man, you got to do something with this. You don't want to waste this talent you've got and whatever. And that would almost make me feel even shittier because I'm like, oh, man, I suck. Like, I'm such a piece of crap for not doing something with this. And
That's crazy, man. That's such a relatable story in its own because I think the more he tells his personal story outside of just making music that relates with people, once you tell or talk about the path or your trials and tribulations, bro, that makes people just gravitate to you even more, because people are dealing with the same thing, like not even just the struggles he's talking about in the music, but how do we go about even getting the music out? How do we go about, expressing ourselves? Like, how do we connect the dots, man? You know what I'm saying? He's mentioning he liked music and, something that was long overdue, but, I'm sure in his mind, he never imagined, recording a video and putting it on YouTube at that point in time. It's like a lot of people are very talented, but they don't really have the team or the knowledge or the resources to put themselves out there like that. Some people are just scared to put themselves out there. Some people just don't even know the rhyme to the reason. They don't know how to, take that next step. And that's kind of a interesting topic, because I think there's so many greats out there. There's so many people that are great in a certain avenue of what they like or what they're good at or what God has gifted them with, that some people don't even fathom or think about taking it to a next level. They just are blessed and gifted, and they bless the people around them with that gift. But some people they don't understand how to connect the dots and take it to the next level, even if that's something that they're superbly passionate about. And that's a sad thing, because it's the whole talent, hard work beats talent when talent don't work hard saying, you know what I mean? There's a lot of talented people all over the world, but they will never be out there or get that shot. The people that work hard understand how to kind of learn the game. They build the network. They budget themselves, you know what I'm saying? Or they fund themselves. They get access to resources. That's a part of the hard work. Essentially, that's a part of the hard work. They just know how to connect things together, and then they're right place, right time.
So yeah, name, it's Oliver Anthony Music, and so it's supposed to represent music from, Oliver Anthony Music is my grandfather, and so he grew up in the 30s in the mountains and used to tell all these wild stories about how life was back then. But the music's just sort of a characterization of like that period in time and those people, and that's so yeah. So
your real name is not Oliver?
Christopher Anthony Lunsford is my real legal name, and so that's what's on like if you look up the songwriting.
Why did you decide to sing as Oliver Anthony? Just in
well, like I said, I have it. I just had the YouTube channel listed as Oliver Anthony Music, just because like that's sort of the demeanor or the, like I said, the character I was like that older Virginia style music.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you go on YouTube and you look up that type of music from back then, like those old recordings of people, like that's what I just love, that type of stuff.
Do you think you're going to keep that name?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people still call me Chris, and I've posted on social media, call me whatever. I mean, I've been called a lot worse than either of those things, but yeah, it'll stay Oliver Anthony Music indefinitely. Yeah, it's a special name, and it's a special name to me not only because it was my grandfather's name, but it's sort of like, to me.
He said you're gonna change it. No, I wouldn't change it, bro. It's branding. At this point in time, millions and millions know you as that. I'm Chris Anthony, bro. They're gonna be like, who? Chris Anthony? Isn't that the? You know what I'm saying? At this point in time, you can't break the link. You know what I mean? You got to stay with what you've been riding with. Whatever blows you up, bro, that's a form of branding. Like, you can rebrand, but too early to rebrand. You know what I'm saying? At this point in time, he need to keep rocking Oliver Anthony. He got no choice but to.
Reminds me of how much.
Never even thought about it that way. It's typically the artistic folks, because I think a lot of folks who know that they're not meant to be the 9-to-5ers, that they know God put something in them special, or like they're just different, set apart. There's some people who just, like they fake it, you know what I mean? But there's some people who are authentically that way. I mean, some people will call them, they're on the spectrum, man, or whatever. They're geniuses, bro. They're creative. Like, they don't see numbers, bro. They see colors. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just hypothetical. But point being is, there's a lot of folks who, that's an unspoken topic, bro. Like, people who are like a subsect of, I would call them just creatives. Innovators, that they long to just be set apart and do. It's not even just about being set apart. They know that they're meant for something else. Like, this ain't for me. So of course they have to assume the role to be a 9-to-5er. You gotta pay your bills. You gotta eat. You gotta have a roof over your head. But bruh, you just got something here just killing you every day, because bruh, there's gotta be something else. There's gotta be something different. That's wild, bro, because I know a lot of folks dealing with it. I deal with it myself personally, because I'll be like, bro, this ain't it. There got to be something else. That's even why I do the stuff on YouTube, or I pursue different avenues, different lanes of things, man, because the 9-to-5er is literally drinking himself to death. Most of them 9-to-5ers who are unhappy with their life, they have to escape. That's why they're just smoking, drinking. You know what I mean? Like the reality they're in, it's not even life. They're just going through the motions.
Of people that are singing and making songs.
It's not even just singing,
to pay attention
though.
to you.
It's not even just singing.
Do you know how many fucking people are singing? How many
Yeah.
people can sing? How many
A
people
lot.
are recording things? And now with YouTube and the like, how many people are putting stuff up on the internet for other people to enjoy? It's a lot.
Well,
the
and
idea that you're going to
yeah.
stand out. So that you're filled with anxiety just because of that, because this future's uncertain.
Yeah, I think for me, a lot of the anxiety came from me just feeling like I was running out of time.
Dang, bruh. This is a good interview right here. Time waits for no man. That's the crazy thing, man. I relate to everything this dude is talking about. Oliver Anthony. Salute to you, my brother. Salute to you. I relate to everything he mentioned, man. It's like, especially the time thing. Like, he said a lot of real stuff. I think maybe music is like the segue into just the conversations that he will unravel for like people like-minded, people going through the same thing, man. That's why I said, aside from the stuff in the music, like the testimony is a big part of, inspiration and motivation for the people. The trials, the tribulations, what you went through. So much love to Oliver Anthony, man. Much love to everybody who's taking time out to watch the content and support Oliver Anthony, man. This was a fire 15-minute segment. I'm going to go look for the full interview at this point in time. But, yeah, Buddy's on the top now. He's on his way up, and I like, his foundation is God. His foundation is Christ. You know what I mean? And that's you couldn't even have a better foundation, because I think a lot of the principles, a lot of the things he's learned over time, he'll be able to speak to him, and he'll be able to kind of, just uplift. He'll be able to uplift others. You know what I mean? And all I can say is God bless Oliver Anthony. Hope he has all the success. You know what I mean? And obviously he completes the mission. Completes what he was called to do. So much love to everybody. Comment down below, man. Tell me y'all's thoughts on this one. Peace, love, prosperity to everybody. Check out my playlist page. Get familiar with all the different forms of content I drop on the page, man. If you have additional recommendations and stuff you want me to do a reaction to, put it down in the comment section down below, man. Peace, love, prosperity. God bless. We'll catch you guys in the next video.